Bienvenidos, welcome to Latino Focus, the show that honors the presence of Latinos here in Silicon Valley. My name is Nancy Sanchez, your host, and today we put together an excellent show for our audience. It's time for our art segment with Mirados al Pasado, a great program that helps seniors express their stories.
Mirados al Pasado is a very exciting program that's offered in Santa Clara County. It is for seniors, and it is a program where we use reminiscence, which is storytelling techniques, to have seniors talk about their stories, represent it in a certain way, and then let the community see it by community events or different arenas that we have for people to come in and see the artwork and talk to the seniors. So it is aimed at isolated, mostly Latino seniors is our main focus, although we do take a variety of clients, English-speaking clients, but we do have staff that are bilingual, and so it is a really great program for older adults who have some isolation and maybe some depression or some mild symptoms of depression. And the program is a 12-week program that we go into their home and have them tell us their stories, and we document it for them. We actually started through the funding of the mental health department here at Mirados al Pasado through Gardner, but we also have it through ACI, which they have for Vietnamese speaking seniors. So it's two parallel culturally sensitive programs that are reaching out to Santa Clara residents. The way that the program works is that we do home visits. So a lot of times the seniors that we reach out to are isolated. So by virtue of being isolated, they don't get out. So we go to their home. Their home may be a house, but it also might be a community center that they go to, a skilled living facility that their health may be impaired and they may be living in a skilled nursing facility. So wherever the client is, we go to their home. We often take along triggers of memories. We know that research shows that we program memories by our 5 senses. So we have a smell kit where we have different scents and we stimulate them and say, what does that remind you of? Or what's your earliest memory of this smell? Or we have visual kits with different pictures or images. We have a sound kit where we play various songs and sounds that will trigger memories and events. And so we really have a platform for clients to tell us about their stories and about their memories. And we tend to jog their memories using various items. So in those sessions, it usually lasts about an hour to an hour and a half. They tell us their stories. We come back to the office and we document it. And so we write it at the end of the 12 weeks. They get a binder that has all of their stories so that they can then share that with their grandchildren, their sisters, relatives, anyone that they feel that necessary to share it with that perhaps they've never shared before, that perhaps this is the first time that they document of how they got to be here or what their talents are. It's not like therapy in the sense that we're not trying to change their view or their minds or how they conceptualize it. So it's not like therapy in that way, but we do use a therapy technique that's called reminiscence therapy techniques. And that method has been found to be helpful for clients across the age span, even clients who have very severe illnesses like dementia. They are still able to recall certain events and find it uplifting and motivates them. And that's why we're studying the effects of using this type of treatment with seniors to see if there is a change in their mood because of the intervention. The process of how they get their visual piece, there's lots of roads to get there. Sometimes we use a story that they've told us. So they tell us a story about where they grew up. And so perhaps they make drawings of where they grew up and how their house was and what they remember and what they smelled and what it was like. And that is gratifying in and of itself. Other times, people have limited mobility, dexterity problems, physical ailments that may take away their eyesight or their ability to draw. So we have various types of visual projects that they could do. So if that person perhaps already likes to knit or already likes to make puzzles. Perhaps we use that as a venue to say, how can we link what you already can do with something that we've talked about, or that's a strength of yours, or that you would like to pass on to someone else, like another generation. How do you put those together? So that's why we have such a wide array of visuals, because different people conceptualize it in different ways. There are different kinds of examples of visual projects that our clients have made over the years. And so in particular is this scarf that I really like. This scarf was created by one of our seniors, and she is from Mexico. So originally she was able to use the colors of the Mexican flag to represent where she was born, but she's acculturated. She came to the US in her 20s, and so then she also feels very much American. So this scarf is a representation of her path, if you will, of her story. And so I think that this is a good example of how it is a representation of their story, of the visuals that different people make. Other people can also draw and paint. So we were able to get a painting from another client who butterflies were something that they remembered as a child, and that they remembered catching, and that they remembered being a very important part of their life. So that's what they decided to paint. And we have, like I said, collages, photo books, pictures, different types of things that we do, dioramas, all sorts of different visual projects. I think the main challenge is finding clients that are interested enough that would benefit from this program, knowing that we're not an ongoing program, knowing that they get this intervention for 12 weeks usually, and then the project is over. Hopefully we've helped their mood and their connection, their social isolation, and their mood during that time. But a lot of people would benefit from this ongoing, and this isn't an ongoing type of program. So we find ourselves really challenged on what to do with clients after that. However, we do take advantage of local senior centers to refer them to. We also have faced that challenge by inviting in family members to come and visit them and share the stories. We also invite them back to our events that we have every 6 months, where they're able to share with other individuals that are in the program about what their stories were and what their successes have been. So if someone would like to get involved, I invite them to contact us at our main phone number here at Gardner, which is 408-287-6200. And they can go ahead and ask for Mariana. She is our lead in that program. Our seniors have lots of great stories, and so many times we go in there and hear such moving, powerful stories, and there's no one to hear them. So I would invite that if you do have a senior in your life, whether that's a parent, a grandparent, that you reach out to them, that they're so important, especially in our Latino culture. They're such wonderful people to have in our lives, and that really root us, that I would invite you to listen to their stories, because when we listen to them and when we do this project with them, we have wonderful comments and outcomes of what people say and how wonderful it is that we were able to do it. In our most recent event, we have some comments that someone wrote, and it said, "This program is extremely needed in the community. I've seen a change in my mother during her visits from the peer mentor, who was very patient with her, and she enjoyed talking, and I think it would benefit lots of seniors, especially seniors who live alone." So, we are meeting the goals of our program, and families see it, seniors see it. We see it in how they perk up and how they're more involved. So and it doesn't have to be a program. If you know a senior, please reach out to them and listen to their stories.
Thank you for supporting Latino Focus. That is all on our show today. And remember that in each community there is beauty and strength. Gracias y hasta pronto.